We're going to talk about scholarships for the children of undocumented workers in Delaware and the children of fallen heroes in Delaware. This is the Delaware Way. Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. There is a program to help undocumented students achieve higher education. To talk more about that is the Director of News Services at Delaware State University, Carlos Holmes. Thank you, sir, for being here. And a student with the Dream US, the Dream.US, Estephany Martinez. Thank you both for being here. First of all, what is Delaware State University's affiliation with this?
There's a guy by the name of Don Graham, who's the son of Catherine Graham, the former big chief over at the Washington Post. And he later took over the paper, and then they got out of that business, but he started a foundation. And in this foundation, he's created a scholarship program for undocumented students, students that are in states that essentially lock them out because... So
these are high-achieving students that would normally be able to get scholarships to schools but aren't able to get scholarships to schools because of U.S. law.
Yes.
Is that
yes.
That's the way to phrase it?
They can't get student loans. They can't, or they try to enter a state institution. They're classified in the cost-prohibitive out-of-state student level. So it essentially locks them out of higher education opportunities.
You understand that this is a big part of the presidential election right now,
yes.
and you understand that
yes.
there are two sides to this issue, and there is a controversy. What is your position on that? How do you feel about that you're in the middle of this controversy?
I feel that I have a right to be here since I was a child. I feel like I've been contributing to the country. You know, so I'm an American now. I don't know anything else besides this, and my education is here. I'm going to contribute even more now with the education I have gained here.
And where's your family from?
Mexico.
They came from Mexico?
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
Ooh, maybe like 18 years ago.
And how old were you?
I was 8 years old.
You were 8 years old. And so do you have a memory of any of this?
I do. I was 8, so like I remember a lot of the things I did back in Mexico. Like I would ride a bike. I remember when I came here.
And where did you go to school?
Georgia.
You went in Georgia,
yes.
and you were a high achiever in school?
Yes, I graduated top 10% of my class.
And this is exactly the type of student you're talking about.
Well, yes, and a lot of these students are using their educational opportunities in high school to do well, to create opportunities for themselves. And then lo and behold, we have the scholarship opportunities. And Don Graham went around to different states to see, and different schools to see who would help him and accept these students. He approached our governor, Governor Jack Markell, and Governor Markell said, yes, we could do this. And Governor Markell went to the president of Delaware State University, Dr. Harry Williams. And Dr. Harry Williams said, yes, we will accept them. So Delaware State University is one of 2 schools right now that are accepting these students, and we have 34 of them at Delaware State.
And how are they doing?
Very well, very well. Were already high-performing students in their respective high schools. We didn't change any of our admission standards for them. They had to meet our admission standards, and they're doing well. They have an appreciation for the opportunity that they have. So they're pursuing their studies with the right attitude.
And I'll ask you both, and I'll start with Estephany. Are you worried about the current political climate?
I have a lot of, confidence that they'll go for the right choice. I feel like many of them are now getting, we are putting the word out there that what we're doing is something greater than what they think we are doing. I feel like they're not informed well.
When you see somebody like Estephany, you think, well, of course she should get an education. She's a high achiever. She should get the rights of anybody else. But the other side would argue it's not just about her. It's about a U.S. policy going forward.
Well, all I can say is, from where I sit, I don't agree with them. Okay, I believe that she came here of no fault of her own. She did what she was supposed to do. Her parents said, we're moving to the United States, and she said, okay, and she was obedient to her parents, and she got in the car however they got here, and she's here. She grew up here. She not only grew up here, she did well in school here. Now, with all the controversy and the debate that's going on, and the watching and waiting to see what happens in the presidential election and how's this going to affect our immigration policy work, I mean, that will play itself out. I believe these students are doing what they're supposed to be doing now, seizing the opportunity now. Whatever happens, happens, but they have power over what goes on right now to to pursue their studies seriously, to take advantage of this opportunity, and they really are taking advantage of it.
I gave you the one side. Now let me take the other side. And the other side of the debate is we want the best and the brightest. That we have a policy that sometimes doesn't allow the best and the brightest to stay here. That we don't benefit by educating some people that travel even sometimes from other countries and go to Harvard or go to Delaware State or go somewhere and can contribute, and then they have to leave. And what kind of a policy is that if we're not benefiting from the brain power that comes from this country? Because after all, we were all immigrants. I guess I just made the argument for you, but I would imagine that you see this on a daily basis with your friends.
For sure. Yes, a lot of us, like, it's more of, it's more of motivation that we have from our parents because we've seen how much they've done. So now that we're here, we put so much into it.
Right. I'm here because I had parents that were willing to die to try to come over on a boat from Ireland. Mm-hmm. So, and at that time, the Irish weren't wanted. And the Irish, so we've had this problem for a long, long time. I'll let you sum it up on what the program means, not only for Delaware State University, not only for Delaware, but for the country.
Well, I mean, it's a continuation of Delaware State University's legacy. You know, we began as a black college here in Delaware, the only black college in Delaware, providing opportunity for African Americans to go to school when they did not have an opportunity for higher education in Delaware, going all the way back to 1891. That has been a part of our history. That's been a part of our legacy. We are actually celebrating our 125th anniversary this year. So what we're doing with the Dreamers, these students that are not only from Hispanic countries, but also from Africa, and from other parts of the world.
Asia.
Yes, I mean, this is not restricted to one ethnic group, but it's folks that are in this category of undocumented students. And we're providing them with an opportunity for a higher education degree in which they didn't have that opportunity in the states, that they were going to school, serving as wonderful examples in the schools. When she says she gave back, she's given back to this country always, she's done that as a student in her schools, in her high school.
And she has much more to give.
Absolutely.
Sir, I appreciate you being here. Estephany, good luck in your schoolwork.
Thank you.
The Director of News Services at Delaware State University is Carlos Holmes, and a beneficiary of the Dream US, Estephany Martinez. When we come back, there is an important event coming up that helps fund first responders. That's when the Delaware Way continues.